Generic greetings! The adventure game genre is pretty much dead these days, and what is left has been supplemented with action elements or other parts of different genres and stuff to try and spice it up a little. But really, it's well away from the heyday of the sort of 90s and late 80s where there was adventure games left, right and centre. I used to play all of the old LucasArts titles, so The Dig, Full Throttle, all of the Monkey Islands, Grim Fandango, the Sierra Classics, or things like Space Quest, Police Quest. I used to play Toonstruck, I think it was like a Virgin Home Interactive thing, and I also played Broken Sword. I never played the first Broken Sword, and I only played a little bit of the third. I've only really played, from start to finish, Broken Sword 2, The Smoking Mirror, this thing you are looking at now. But as I said at the start, the genre is pretty much dead. What we are getting now, a lot of remasterings, a lot of re-releases, and that is good because it means I can play all of the old games I played as a kid, but with relative ease. So I have not played this game in approximately 12 years, and I thought I would give it a little go. This, as I said, is the remastered version, so there's actually options menu so you can change the resolution stuff. All it does is scale it, so obviously you're watching it a bit scaled and stretched and things like that. Remember, this is supposed to run on probably, I don't know, 640 by 480 or something like that at, yeah, not widescreen resolution, obviously. So yeah, it's gonna look a little bit iffy, but, as this is a nostalgia video, we can sort of give that up. So I've installed this, I've pressed the go button to make sure it works, which it does, and I'm going to press new game. So here we go. As I said, I've never played the very first Broken Sword. What happened is, Revolution, the people who made this. What happened is I saw this in a shop and I went, oh, I think I'll give that a go. Played it and really, really enjoyed it. I actually played and completed this game over a weekend. And what surprised me about Broken Sword, when you compare it to the other Broken Sword games, the other adventure games rather that I played, is that it had a lot more serious, down-to-earth tone. It's still an adventure game, and it still has daft elements and stuff. You know, it's still got humor running through it. And this game, it's got like a weird sort of not supernatural. It's more like mythological elements, like the Mayans, I think, or something like that. As I said, I haven't played it in 12 plus years. Creepy. And yeah, I played it and I was like, wow, this is quite different. In fact, you can die in this, which was something that really shocked me because I remember there's a bit where is it Nico? I think that woman on the left. The guy on the left is George, and the woman on the left is Nico. I think I can't remember. Anyway, I remember playing this, and you play as both characters, and she was walking around a boat, and she got shot, and it went, "You've died." I was like, "What? This is not right. I'm coming off the backs of the LucasArts adventure games. You can't die in these games. You're not supposed to die," which really, really did shock me. But anyway, I've only, like I said, played this game to completion. The very first Broken Sword, I missed that. I didn't really, I didn't play that when it was actually coming out and stuff. And actually, after playing this, I went back and got the very first Broken Sword, but it wouldn't work on my machine for some reason. I remember the installer had like a mini game you could play, and that worked, but for whatever reason the game didn't, which was weird. And then I remember a friend when I was at college give me Broken Sword 3, and I played a bit of it, and there was like a bit of a plane crash type thing at the start, I think. Again, this is all from memory, and I just didn't really bother with it because at the time I was playing, a lot of FPS and stuff, so I didn't really care about adventure games back then. At that point. And now that I'm, a lot older, I'm going back and playing all the games of childhood, hence the sort of nostalgia series, and I do remember Broken Sword 2 fondly. And I don't know whether that's going to be broken after this video or not, which is one of the problems by doing these videos, looking back at old games that I used to play and really enjoy. I go, actually, yeah, that probably should have been left where it was, and we should have kept them rose-tinted goggles on. So the overall story, as far as I can tell, is that that's George Stobbart. I'm going to say Stobbart, but I don't know if that's... I know there's an Eddie Stobbart who has a trucking company in the UK. I don't know whether I've just seen that on the magazine and, sort of switched the names around. But his... girlfriend, I'm going to say Nico because I think that's right. She is a reporter and they uncover different things, and basically goes around the world and doing stuff. So anyway, it looks like I'm tied to a chair, and there's a spider in front of me there. This is like I don't know whether this guy is when, holy crap, I've left the gas on, or whether he's going, oh my god, I'm dead, or whether it's just looking at the spider and stuff. So anyway, it looks like we've got a couple of other buttons that I had never really... I don't think this was actually in the original game. What's this one do? So 6 months later, here I am back in Paris. Got me lined up with Nico. It is Nico! Yes, I got it right. She wants me to go meet some archaeologists with her, a guy called Professor Ubier. I don't know what's it all about. Something to do with carvings on a Mayan stone. Yeah, I got the Mayans bit right as well. Truth is, it'd be great to see Nico again, whatever the reason. So, yeah, it looks like this is like a... Obviously, back in the 90s, we used to remember a lot more. We had to do that. But now, because everybody, including myself, has got an attention span of about 36 seconds, maybe 36, or maybe 37. I don't really know. We need a reminder of exactly what's going on. So there we go. There's that options menu, and no, that's options menu. So what's that one then? Oh, puzzle hints and stuff. Fair enough. Yeah. Again, so yeah, because back in the day, we used to have to plow through this. I managed to get through this one in a weekend. This game in a weekend, but when I played the Dig, it took me a year and a half. You know, this was the time before I even had dial-up internet. So anyway, looks like we've got a spy there. I'm going to try and kick it. There we go, kicked it. Didn't work. That just didn't work out at all. So just to summarise, I'm tied to a chair. I've probably got a stonking headache because I've been hit over the head with a bat. The room is on fire, and I don't really know what's going on. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to squish the spider because remember you have to press the bookcase. You slide. Oh no! Ooh, look at that. That's new.
Find a copy of How to Deal with Poisonous Spiders While Tied to a Chair. No such luck. But I noticed one corner of the bookcase was supported by a loose block of wood.
Yes. So obviously the whole adventure game idea is that you pretty much click on things until stuff happens, and it is more about, you know, the story. The actual gameplay is there's not much there other than sort of exploring. It is an adventure game. It's, you know, you adventuring, exploring things like that. Although when you look at some of the games, like for example, I've recently been playing through Full Throttle. There's some like action sequences in there, but they're all horrible. I don't know why. They always seem to be a bit crap. There you go, squishy spider.
But it was a question of survival.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I was still tied to a chair in a burning house with no means of escape.
Good summary. Good summary. Well done. Yeah, so squish spider, this is good. I'm still tied to a chair. House is still on fire. Excellent. I remember looking at this, and I did think it was, again, because I played the old LucasArts stuff, you know, they were quite pixelated, but look at this, it's actually, it's still quite nice. I mean, obviously, it's nowhere near what we get now, but, you know, I remember looking at this going, wow, this looks really good, these houses, and some of the scenery in this is very, very nice. Let me go up to this hook, because I believe that's how we get out of this thing. There we are. It's weird, because there's certain games that I play, even like, say, a couple of games I've played, like, a month ago, and I've forgotten bits about it, but I can play through a lot of these adventure games just solely off memory because I played them so much. I think I used to try and do like speed runs of this game, and I used to be able to do it in about like 3-4 hours or something. Basically, one session on a night after school, which was really sad. I'm aware of that, but I was enjoying myself, so shut up. Right, so we are now walking around. This is good, and we've got lots of things on the floor. Let's see. What about the fire? Should we see if the fire is still here? Yep, the fire is still there. Look like we can pan the camera around and just ignore that. We're going to pick up this dart here. Should we have a poison dart? Why not? When in doubt, pick everything up and keep it. So, pick up there. Come on, grab it. Yes, ours. Good, good.
That dart was sharper than a mosquito.
This is new. This is definitely as well. No, I'm pretty sure that's new. I don't remember that at all in the original. Let's have a look through the windows. Looks like the barred, so I can't get out.
I wasn't going to get through those sturdy bars.
No. So I'm going to pick up the purse. Why not? Because it, you know, I think it's going to clash with my trousers, but we'll give it a go.
It was a stylish little canvas number containing a lipstick, a handwritten note, and a pair of nylon panties with a large love heart emblazoned across the front.
Look at that face.
That Nico's tastes must have really changed while I was away.
Ah, so we're getting a little bit of a story about Nico, which might resonate a bit more if I had actually played the very first game. So it looks like he's taken them. How do you get access to his inventory? Right click, is it? Or is it this button here? Ah, that button there. I'm pretty sure back in the day you used to mouse down the bottom and used to open up, but I could be wrong, and you know, I've been wrong once before. I'm pretty sure this has been built for tablets because there's fairly big buttons on the corners and they're all tappy. So I reckon that's what it was. Right, so there's several drawers. I'm going to pick up...
Normally, I didn't drink strong spirits.
Yeah, let's have some tequila.
Was far from normal.
Is it tequila? This is, again, memory.
Ew, disgusting.
Yeah, and that's a worm.
Not only did the tequila burn like hell, I just managed to stop myself from swallowing the worm.
I've never understood why they put a
There was
worm in
something
tequila.
Short, fleshy, and gross on the carpet.
Ugh. Just pick it up and put it in your pocket.
It was
Yep.
the worm from the bottle of tequila.
Yes, I know. I've recently been playing Full Throttle. I'm going through that now, and I also completed The Curse of Monkey Island, what I consider to be my, well, I don't know about the best adventure game, but that's my favourite. The Curse of Monkey Island, or Monkey Island 3, as some people call it, is the best one. My favourite, at least. And there's always humorous bits in that where, obviously, I'm putting stuff in my pocket. I'm just opening drawers up now and shoving them in my pocket. And there's bits in that where you have to, like, bring like a big broom, or no, it's one of them things that you used to ram cannonballs in, whatever the hell that's called. Probably a cannonball ram, I'm sure there's a technical term. But anyway, like opens up his trousers and just drops it in, and obviously taking the piss out of all these other adventure games. Can we just quickly open and close this constantly? Yeah.
There's nothing else in the drawer.
Nothing else in the drawer. Let's have a look at the photograph.
Nice couple.
Is that it? Nice couple. Very good. So, to summarise, what have we got? We've got a dart, a worm that looks really pissed off, to be fair, I can understand. Some lipstick, a note, a pot, and some panties. Let's have a look at the pot.
Contained a key.
Yes, I know it contains a key. And let's have a look at the note.
I had no business reading the note, but I figured it might give me a clue to what Nico was involved in.
Yeah, however you sleep at night, mate.
The history student Nico had known at college.
Mm.
The letter was sentimental mush, and revealed that the exotic lingerie, as he called it, was a gift from him. It gave his telephone number.
Excellent.
Robin figured himself as a rival for Nico's affections, but I couldn't believe that creep was in the running.
I do like these little pop-ups and stuff for the faces. I think that's a nice little addition. Right, so we have got that done. We don't need... Oh, we could drink some more.
I drunk enough.
I was going to say, can you just, like, neck the entire bottle and just... I don't care about fire. I'll fight the fire. Yeah.
I wasn't going to touch the box after that spider had been inside it.
Right. I'll fight the fire. I'll punch it out. I'll punch it. Right. What do? We can't get the door.
The door blocked my only means of escape.
Yep, because that fire's burning. By the way, I don't know if this fire can just... I don't know if there's a time limit on this where the fire burns the room. I think I must have tested it when I was younger and wait for about half an hour, not staring at the fire, obviously. That's a whole different story. But no, well, let's just... No, wait, I don't think it burns the room. Let's go up to... what should we go up to? The siphon. We'll pick that up. There we go. Shake it, and nothing.
There was no pressure in the siphon. I guess it was out of gas.
Yes, I think it is out of gas. So what I'm going to do is go up to this cupboard. Now, if memory serves, it's going to explode. The cupboard explodes.
The cabinet was locked.
Oh, okay. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, let's use the key on cabinet. Use key on cabinet.
The key was way too large to fit into that tiny keyhole.
Okay, right. Well, in that case, let's pick it with that. Yep, that works. And then it's going to explode and push him back. Told ya.
As I released the lock, something blew the doors open.
It was all of the
The
like
cabinet
gas
was already
canisters.
open.
So I'm going to pick up this gas canister and hopefully it's not too hot.
That cylinder was hot.
What a
I
surprise.
couldn't pick it up with my bare hands.
Right, so we can't pick up the cylinder because it's hot. So we'll use some hot panties to pick up the cylinder.
The panties I'd found in Nico's bag were just what I needed to wrap around the hot cylinder.
Right, so we now have got a hot cylinder, and what we'll do is we'll pick it up, and then we'll just shove it in our pocket, because obviously it's, not hot enough. There it is. So we've got a cylinder.
It's a small metal cylinder with a valve at one end.
And if I can use that on that, there we go. So we're just using items together now. Open that up, put the spray in. I don't know why we can't just pour the water that's in there on the fire, but adventure game logic, innit? I mean, if we're all honest with each other, that is not a big fire.
Now I had one.
I mean, you could probably just smother that by rolling the carpet over and jumping up and down on it. So, what I'm going to do is fight the fire. Come on. There you go. Spray, spray, spray. Spray, spray, spray. Lovely.
A well-aimed squirt of a soda fountain. Our unshakable hero saved the day. Now it was time to start looking for Nico.
So, is that hot? That handle? Because it probably will be.
I burn myself on that red-hot doorknob, and it wasn't the time for subtlety.
Oh, is he going to go, yeah, boot the door open. Well done, mate. Well done. onwards to glory. So, if I try to go through the door, it's going to say, I don't know where to go. I'm going to have a look at this news cutting first. Let's have a quick look.
I'd found a piece of newspaper folded in two.
Convenient.
It referred to a forthcoming eclipse of the sun. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be visible from Europe.
Ah,
the
that's a
best
shame.
place to view the eclipse would be Mexico.
Ah, we have to go to Mexico. And maybe that's something to... Hang on. Isn't... Now that I'm thinking about it a bit more, isn't this just the idea of, like, 2012, which is, like, the Mayans predict the end of the world or something like that? Although someone's going to try and cause it in this one. No. Is it? I have no idea. Does this move? No, we haven't got any more paper there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use paper with phone. Nope, doesn't work like that. Okay, let's try and use the...
The red and yellow pot had black decorative markings shaped like hands. Weird mutant hands, that is.
Okay, fine. Let's use the worm on the phone. Maybe you can call his family. Nope, definitely doesn't work. Okay, let's just use the phone.
Much as I disliked him, Labano might be my only hope of finding Nico.
Excellent. So if we didn't get the phone number, we wouldn't know who to call.
Hi, Andre?
Who is this?
Yeah,
It's
I do
George
like these.
Stobbart, Nico's
These little
boyfriend.
pop-ups. That's good. Look at his expression.
Ex-boyfriend?
Look, I didn't call you just to pick a fight. I need to talk to you about Nico.
Can't you accept she's just not interested in you?
Nope.
Listen, Andre, we need to talk.
God, I've got this in
Nico's
stereo, and my
life
right
depends
ear
on
is
it.
really enjoying this. I don't know why it's not coming through the other one.
Sure.
Oh, well, he's just hung up on us. He's just not a friendly person,
You
I don't
better show, you creep.
Yeah, you better show.
I felt an irrational urge to wipe my ear.
Well, maybe you should. Right, so that's a door, that's a door. Should we take the left or right one? I'm just going to go the left one. Right, so we're now out into a parry, and... Nope.
The door was locked.
Nope,
I
that's...
didn't fancy my chances of kicking this door down.
No, it looks a bit big for you to kick that one. Let's use the key. Okay. And pop it open. Job done.
I unlocked the door.
Thanks for that. I didn't figure that out myself. That you put the key in and went click click. I've unlocked the door. Thanks.
I wasn't
Thanks,
looking
yes.
forward to meeting Labano again.
No.
He was my only link with Nico.
Onwards to glory. Now I'm pretty sure after this you can actually choose like locations to go.
There was no sign of Labano when I
That
got
still
there.
looks quite
I
nice.
decided to
I
order
do
a
like the
coffee
look of
wait
it.
for him.
It's actually wanting me... I don't know why, but I have, as of late, been going back through adventure games. I think it's because a lot of them have, come out remastered, re-released, etc. There's still a couple that I'd really like to see. And obviously, GOG as well has been, I think, probably one of the ones that have really done that. The one, even when they're not being remastered, they've went, you know what, we're bringing all these old games back. And I think that's where it started. But recently I've been playing a lot of these adventure games, and this one does. I really do want to go back and actually play the original. Let's have a chat with him, shall we?
Pardon me, but don't I know you?
Playing through the... I think there's 5. Isn't there
You were
5
here
now?
the day
5
I found
broken
the
swords?
catacombs.
Probably be.
Ah, yes.
Apparently this guy... Yeah.
Are you still in the police force?
Chatting to this guy,
Not anymore.
trying to figure
I'm a
out...
man of
Well,
leisure. I was bringing
who he
you
is.
back to
It's saying, yeah,
facts.
don't I know you? Nope, I really don't know him because I haven't played the first one. So we've got a couple of dialogue options here. Talk about Nico, talk about Andre. That's
My
Nico.
girlfriend.
What it is to be young and in love. Will you share a bottle of wine with me?
Hey, listen, I'd love to, but I need to keep a clear head.
So my company isn't good enough for you.
Oh, you've upset him now. So what can we talk about? The poison dart, the clipping, piece of paper, that one.
What do you make of this news cutting?
Orphanage supplied fast food chain?
No, it's the article above that.
Oh. Total eclipse. of the
Total
sun.
eclipse.
Well, that's very dull in comparison. I don't know anything about eclipses.
Let's talk about himself.
Why did you leave the police?
I was forced to retire. The golden handshake. Only in my case, it was more copper than gold.
How come?
I was made a scapegoat to cover up the department's inefficiencies.
Oh, that's not very good. Let's talk about... Do I really want to show poison blow dart to an ex-policeman? probably still on the payroll in some fashion. Yeah, go on then.
What do you make of this dart?
And then the drum music kicks in as well.
Where the victim was killed with just such a device. The poison acted in seconds, causing his body to swell up like an inflatable life raft.
Well then. So let's not put that back in my pocket like he just did. Because if that just... Oh, I've just stabbed myself in the leg. Oh, well. And then he just goes... Gone. Broken. Just...
Have you ever heard of a
just inflates to twice his size. Dead now. I don't think he meant it. He actually would inflate that. Although, to be fair, these adventure games, you could probably see them doing that.
Serial killer or a sodomite, I might have been able to help.
No. So I think he's sort of given up now. Let's have another chat. Talk about the paper.
Tell me what you make of this note.
So, I guess the downside of these adventure games is that all you really did was go to a location, exhaust all of your dialogue options, click on absolutely everything, and then you might progress on. I think that's where this sort of started to fall down, which is why a lot of adventure games started adding different like elements like actual or brawling or quick time events and things like that, but it never truly worked, I don't think. I mean, there's bits in Full Throttle that like are fighting elements that are horrible. There are bits in... Let's have a talk to the waiter while he's there. Garçon! Gone. I think he's going to come back anyway. There's bits in... I believe it's... Is it Grim Fandango? There's not action elements, but there's like different bits in that were not just like adventure gamey type stuff, and they didn't really work as well. He's buggered off again. I'm gonna nick his flask.
I couldn't snatch the man's flask while he was looking.
No, I'll wait until he's... How do I think I have to make him cry somehow.
What's that you're drinking?
It's wine.
Well, what's that he's drinking? Wine. I'm pretty sure I have to make his head go down and then pick up the flask for some reason to nick it. Oh, look, yeah, he's filling that up with something else. Okay. There's a couple of other games that like did... I'm waiting for this guy to come back out, by the way, so I can have a little chat with him. There's a couple of other games that did it. Monkey Island 3, Curse of Monkey Island. One of the things that it added was like ship combat. And that was sort of okay, but didn't really work. Yeah, Gaston! Let's have a chat.
He ignored me. I'm sure it was deliberate.
Right, can I go back? Right.
He was too hot to sit inside the cafe.
No, I want to go inside the cafe and use this poison dart on him, please.
He was too hot to sit inside the cafe.
No, let's talk to him again. Come on, Gaston.
Hey, you.
There we go.
Well, I'd like a cup of coffee if you don't mind.
When I finish serving this gentleman.
You're going in and out and in and out. And right, I think I have to do something with... I'm gonna show him the panties because you know he's an old man. The dirty old man. No, he doesn't want to show him that. Is he actually going to serve him yet? Oh, there we go. Coffee. Thank you.
Cafe.
Thanks.
Cheers. Let's talk about the flask.
Why does that guy keep pouring out of his flask?
Absinthe.
Absinthe.
I thought that was highly dangerous and outlawed in France.
It is. Don't look at me. I didn't sell it to him.
Good. Let's talk about the man.
You know that man over there?
I should think so. He's a regular customer.
Let's talk about Andre.
Do you know a guy called Andre Lobineau?
Oui, I know him. What of it?
Well, I'm supposed to meet him here. Did I miss him?
No, I have not seen him today.
No, he hasn't seen him. Okay. Well, he'll be here any moment. Let's talk about
Have you heard of Professor Oubier?
him,
Oui.
apparently.
He married that actress, the little dachshund. They used to come here. The nutty professor and the movie star.
This must be the most, like, frequented cafe in the whole of France.
If Oubier's wife was a movie star, how come I never heard of her?
She was big in France. The world doesn't stop at Hollywood.
Touche.
Her stage name
Touche.
was Carol Climax. She died in suspicious circumstances.
Oh, hey. Tell me more.
How did Oubier's wife die?
I heard he shot her.
Whoa.
He had a good lawyer and they wrote a tight alibi.
Strange this, that the guy didn't even want to serve me, and now we're best buds talking about some guy's wife who he apparently murdered.
Why would an eminent public figure like Oubier risk everything for murder.
He wouldn't be the first, would he? Besides, people like him always get off.
Let's show them the poison dart. I think this is a running gag throughout the game that you keep showing the poison dart and they all go, "What? Why are you carrying that?"
Look at this, a poison dart.
Ah, oui. Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty
It's the real
sure.
thing. Knocked my girlfriend out cold in a matter of seconds.
Romantic. Sounds like a real close relationship you have going.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's the panties and the dart. You can keep showing people. Oh, here's Andre finally turning up. But you know what? I think I am going to leave it there.
This is a surprise, Georgie.
Ah, yes, George. Yeah. Sits down. Hi. Yes, let's have a little chat. Oh, there you go. It's changed perspective. But either way, I think I'm going to leave it there. That is a little bit of Broken Sword 2, The Smoking Mirror. It is the only Broken Sword game I've completed from start to finish, but from playing this remastered version, I actually really want to go back and grab all of the others and play them again. I do have a couple of them on GOG, but I might have to get a couple of the others. Either way, I will put a link in the description so you can check it out yourself. Anyway, adventure games, I can understand why they died off, but at this particular point, I really couldn't tell you what those reasons are. Obviously, I'm looking at this through rose-tinted goggles, but I am enjoying it, and I do want to play it some more again. Would love to know what sort of adventure games you have played either as a kid or recently, things like that. By all means, drop us a message in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.